Sony is one of the world's leading electronics and entertainment companies. Always fun to talk about the kinds of things that they're doing, especially at shows like CES. Their Senior Vice President for Corporate Communications with Sony Electronics is Rick Clancy. Rick, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you, sir?
Dave, I'm great. It's good to see you again.
It's a pleasure to have you back with us because there's so much happening. I mean, the Sony exhibit it's an understatement to say that it's getting a lot of attention, but it is most certainly getting a lot of attention, and you guys never fail to impress everybody at CES with more cool innovation. So let's talk about what's the latest, newest, fun stuff from Sony Electronics.
Well, Sony has introduced 17 new Bravia flat panel TVs. We've introduced modules that clip on the back of those sets so you can stream internet video or you can have wireless connection to your AV sources. We've also introduced a variety of hybrid camcorders, high-definition camcorders that combine hard drive, a DVD, and even a memory stick. So no matter what kind of a media source you're looking for, you have it in a high-def hard drive camcorder. Of course, we're getting a lot of attention for our OLED television. Organic light emitting diode is what
First place we saw that was CTEC Japan. Well, we were doing our show from there, and we were certainly very impressed. And you continue to do some really cool things in the OLED department.
Absolutely. It's been a product in Japan, the first one there, and now beginning this week, it's now on sale in the United States.
Excellent.
So Sony is the first company to make this technology into a real product. And it's a beautiful thing. It has a contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1, which is about 100 times better than your typical, say, plasma television. It also has a thinness of only 3 millimeters, which translates about into the size of maybe 3 or 4 of your business cards.
Yeah.
It's so thin.
And that's amazing. And, of course, it's very energy efficient. I mean, there's all these kinds of advantages that play an important role in OLED. Also, somewhat expensive because, like any other newer technologies available to consumers, be the first on your block might cost you a couple extra bucks, but well worth it, no doubt.
Yeah. In fact, it runs about $2,500, but we've already placed orders. We have a Sony-style store right here in Las Vegas, and they've already sold out. Oh, gee. Yesterday, I was at a meeting with our chairman, Sir Howard Stringer. He was on the phone, and he had orders directly from Steven Spielberg and Jerry Seinfeld, who joined us at our booth yesterday.
Very cool. So certainly OLED TV is going to get a lot more buzz. It's been created here at CES, but look for sonystyle.com for more info, too. Probably can even order them online if you need to, but you'll be waiting in line, right?
Yeah, get them while they last.
There you go. Tell me about this thing called Roly. What's that all about?
Roly's another innovation from Sony. It's basically an egg-shaped device that will roll, as the name implies, on the table. It lights up. It even dances. But it also plays music. And it has little, I want to say ears, but
sort of
little flappers sort of on either end of the egg-shaped device that go flap around as the music's playing. So it'll dance. It has flashing lights. And it plays music too. It combines, obviously, audio technology and miniaturization along with artificial intelligence. So our robotic engineers played a big hand in engineering this Roly. So it's something that I'm sure a lot of people want to take a look at.
It is a fun thing to watch, and of course it was fun to watch you, which we now have you on video archive doing the flappy thing that the Roly does, which is even more fun. But it's one of those cool devices that why shouldn't electronics be fun, right?
Absolutely.
Why shouldn't things just give you an opportunity to escape from reality in one little way or another and just enjoy it?
And I think it's a symbol that the magic is back at Sony. You know, as an innovator, as a company that makes not only great performing products, but terrific designs, and we'll try something new once in a while.
Sure. You're not afraid to do that, and
Indeed.
that's kudos to the big boss and on down from your whole team being able to say, this will be different. Let's see what kind of impact we can make on the consumer electronics industry with that, and you do it. And, of course, such things as the Sony Vaio, as you see, that I'm using and travel with constantly.
I do. Thank you very much.
Yes, the brand new models, full HD 1080. And, of course, there's all sorts of neat stuff that my Sony Vaio can do. And congrats to our winner, by the way, whose name escapes me at the moment. But we had a lucky listener who won one for participating on the program during the month of December. Vaio is my laptop of choice, so I'm always enjoying the newest versions of the Sony Vaio.
That's great. You know, at the show here, we've introduced actually a number of Vaios that have Blu-ray drives built right into them. So more and more, our computers are including Blu-ray drives, such as the one you have right here, whether they be notebooks or even some of our home entertainment design models. One is like a round one. It looks like the old hat boxes,
Yes,
for example,
I saw
which is
that.
very cool.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And then we have another one, our LT series, which actually is like a television. It's an all-in-one with the clear glass, floating glass design around the television, wireless mouse, and you could literally hang this up on a wall.
Nice.
So it's very nice. In fact, I just got one for my home.
Oh, really? I was going
Yeah.
to say, do you think, Rick, that this is kind of the wave of the future? Are we headed more that way into tomorrow, where folks can, of course, imagine hanging a nice OLED set because there's virtually no depth to it. You're going to want to hide all the wires, of course. But that seems to be the way to go, not only for our home theater and our home entertainment in general, but computing as well.
It looks that way, especially for anything in the home, and
Yeah.
that's where we see the home market phasing to. But of course, desktop, notebook-type computers will still be a big part of the on-the-go
Yeah.
needs that business folks have and others who need their computer no matter where they are.
And of course, you mentioned Blu-ray. Talk to me about what's happening along those lines. Sony right at the very top of all the Blu-ray interests around the world, and of course, leading the way.
Well, we're in a very good position right now, I've got to say. You know, coming into the show, another Hollywood studio committed exclusively to the Blu-ray group. So now you've got from the Hollywood community, Disney, Fox, Warner, and of course Sony Pictures all on board for Blu-ray.
I guess the
Virtually-
Sony Pictures side of the house wasn't too hard to convince, right?
No, that
To
wasn't a big
join the-
surprise,
yeah,
right?
to join the Blu-ray family.
But they're thrilled about it, and of course, not only Sony, but basically all of the electronics companies, except one, is supporting Blu-ray. And then, of course, the PC manufacturers are on board too, like Dell and Apple and what have you. So we saw holiday sales of Blu-ray players reach a level of about 70% leading up to Christmas. So that's pretty significant, and that doesn't even include the PlayStation 3, which, of course, has a Blu-ray built right into it.
Yep.
So between the PlayStation 3, the dedicated Blu-ray players, and then, of course, as we were saying earlier, VIOs with Blu-ray drives. Well, everybody's feeling kind of blue in a delightful way.
Yeah, exactly. I
at
mean, when I
Sony right
first
now.
heard that line, I'm thinking, well, wait, that almost sounds negative, but it's an impactful thing, you know, and the future is blue, B-L-U.
as in bright blue.
There you go, exactly. and certainly an opportunity there. Where do you see Sony headed all in general into tomorrow? What's around the horizon, things that you guys are working on that are going to continue to impress us?
Well, I think looking into the future a little bit, wireless is going to be a big part of it. Wireless HD transmission in the home. In fact, at our booth here at CES, we have some technology on display that we're working on right now to transmit wirelessly HD images from display to display to display very quickly and with really high quality.
Wow, and around the house. So with
All
all of
around
these
the
new
house.
great displays we're getting, we're going to be able to get content to them a whole lot easier than we
bet.
have up to now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Certainly some neat stuff coming from Sony, and we appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us. Now we'll let you get back to your very busy booth here and let folks know more about what's cooking. SonyStyle.com for more information. Of course, as always, we'll link to Rick's site from our site at intotomorrow.com or Graveline.com. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us. Continued good luck. Keep making the cool products, and we keep talking about it.
My pleasure, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Rick Clancy, Senior Vice President of Corporate Communications with Sony Electronics. This portion of Into Tomorrow, by the way, brought to you in part by StreamGuys.com, providing the audio streaming for all 3 hours of Into Tomorrow. And by Intel. Multiply your digital mobile lifestyle with an Intel Core 2 Duo processor. And by Dolby True HD, high-definition audio from the studio to your living room. We're back in Las Vegas, Nevada, bringing you more Into Tomorrow from the International Consumer Electronics Show as we launch our 13th season, bringing you Into Tomorrow. I'm Dave Graveline. The Advanced Media Network continues from Las Vegas after this.